Power Hour with John Lee.
Right, so we're starting with Alfred Hitchcock. The birds was the first one. Start going on the attack, and it is not nice. You would not like to be attacked by birds. It's like airborne piranhas. It's scary. North by Northwest, but cinematically it just becomes more and more grandiose as you go through it. Famous plane scene, the crop duster scene is extremely dramatic. Nail-biting, literal cliffhanger type stuff, and he's studied heavily. And she stops at the Bates Motel. While Norman is a contrast to that, he's quite sweet. And we see the silhouette come in, you know, the classic shower scene, and we get the blood swirling round, you know, and that scene stands definitely in the pantheon of great cinematic moments and scared everyone to death. And it wasn't so much the blood was good, it was well shot, you know, but it was the silhouette, it was the knife, it was the female killer. And she goes in there and she's confronted by Mrs. Bates, who's laughing when she runs in. Quite a terrifying scene as she comes running in with the big knife again, and just this kind of mania about her. And she's tackled from behind by the boyfriend of the dead girl. We quickly realise it's not Mrs. Bates at all. She has been dead for 10 years. It's Norman, dressed up as his mother. How is the story told? Hitchcock do here, and I think he actually chose black and white. I think he's used it as his medium, and also the depth, the resonance of black and white is striking, and the use of shadow. The man throws shadow, so it's constantly flicking across your eye line. That's why you can't quite settle in your seat. And so I think that Alfred Hitchcock certainly was the master. He's got his own genre. Brian De Palma on his Carrie, that end scene, you know, the school hall, whatever it is, the prom they call it, and there's blood and all that kind of stuff, and hoses flying around the place, and that's wonderful. And then you've got Carlito's Way. Carlito's Way is Al Pacino gets out of prison trying to find the dream. His dream is to live a peaceful life, but he's got to do a little bit of crime first, and it's big brother is Scarface, and it's Al Pacino, and he's got balls of steel. That's really the kind of crux of the whole film, and he's not taking any prisoners, and he's not asking any favours. He's just taking what he wants. He uses pictures of a dream. So if you go back to Carlito's Way, where it shows people silhouetted on the beach, and as you zoom into it, the girl starts dancing. Yeah. So that's the dream. That's what he wants to do. That's where he wants to be. He wants to be on a beach. Scarface is very similar. We've got a scene in the food truck where they work, and behind it is a poster of something quite similar. We pan down and back from that to show the reality of where they are at that point, which is working in the kitchen of this food truck. I'm accused of bad framing, and I understand why. When you watch his films, really? And I don't think it's an accident. I think he's doing it when he's doing it. Tony Montana is larger than life. He's a massive character, and he's smashed onto the screen every time. Physically, he's a small dude. He's Al Pacino. And so Brian De Palma's constantly playing with that. And then in the next scene, he's come round to something where Tony Montana is very centralised and the framing's changed entirely, and you think, actually, you do know what you're doing, don't you? And so Brian De Palma, I think, is playing with that idea. It always gives Tony Montana a chance to just jump onto the screen from that position to that. Bang. Really well done, I think. And so I think that's the message of the film for me, seems to be careful what you wish for, or at least that's one of the messages of it. Before you embark on a 20-year killing spree to try and get somewhere, make sure that somewhere is actually where it is that you really want to be.